Alright, first things first, we are up in Aurora, Colorado at Commonground, which if you saw is located about 5,300 feet above sea level. We are playing GSPro Golf Simulator, and if you haven't seen the channel before, here's some standards of the round. This course is about at 6,800 yards from the yellow tees today, which was between the white and the blue. I go way left, almost out of bounds, and get kicked back from a tree. So bad start on the opening par 4. A smoothie little 3-wood that stays under the tree and actually rolls out pretty good just into the rough on the right side. Gotta hit it harder than that if you want to get it there, and we get an automatic 2-putt and go for a bogey opener. Short par 3 next though, 117. Pulled right from the beginning and almost 20 yards long, so the altitude already getting to me, and we are +2 there at Commonground. Gonna have to adjust some of these shots and just think kind of smooth swings all day. Here's a good drive on the opening par 4, but opening par 5, sorry, as you can see was 570 yards, and so just a layup, and you could hear that hit the turf first, so that's going to be pretty chunky and just gets out there 180 or so, but a decent angle. And some sort of a 9-iron there that the distance ends up pretty good, but is just to the right of the circle, and that is automatic 2-putt and a par. So we're staying at +2 here, going to 4. A respectable 380 par 4 here, and a good drive to leave us some sort of a pitching wedge in. And that's left as well. I have recently tried to fix this left swing, not swing actually, it's left face control that keeps turning the ball over a little too much. I believe I've gotten it figured out. When you see some later videos, go look at a more recent one if you're watching this one, and I think I get some of that figured out with my irons, and once that happens I get a lot more on the green and closer to the hole. So something that I noticed as I was making these videos, that I'm left, and the shoulders were going early and the face was turning over too quick with the hands, and so I basically had a too strong left hand, and the only thing it could do is turn over. We are making a mess of this 5th hole. It's a par 4, and that is our 4th shot. We do not make it, so that's going to be another bogey, and we are +3 through the opening 5 holes. We do start to play a little better. Not starting here though. We are headed towards the water, and thankfully we hang up in the rough, and it lets us play it out of there, and we get a good rollout and somehow save par when we should have been dropping and hitting 3. We go on to the 7th, another par 5. I wish I could repeat those numbers with the driver. +1.3, 17-degree launch, dead straight path. Another slight pull with a 3-wood. It's gonna hit the tree and drop straight down, leaving us a 50-yard chip to try and birdie here. And I mean, if that's real life, we're really happy with that chip. It rolls out and we don't get the score we wanted, but we move on to the 8th feeling a little better about our game. There we finally got the face open to the path, and it ends up as a nice smooth fairway wood. Little 100-yard chip here, and I just fly it over into the left, of course. Trying to save par and cannot. So we go with a +4 headed to the 9th. Another hole that calls for a 3-wood or something less than a driver. And that gets out there okay, and we're looking at another pitching wedge to the green, and again the face is turning over. And we are short side. One of the things that I was talking to someone else about is when you go for the auto putts, like you have to with the Garmin R10, that it actually promotes you going pin hunting all the time, which in real life, or if we were having to putt these, we would be aiming more for the middle of the greens and not trying to get it so close to the pin, which is good for practice, but real life scoring and real life course play doesn't always work out like that. Another pitching wedge in. We're trying to dial in this 117-18 yard number. We do a pretty good job there, and move into 11, trying to string together some pars here. Par 5 that we cut over the bunker there and get a good little bit of a drive. Three-wood going after it. This one headed right a little bit, but in the altitude it might have got there if we were to have it on line. I was a little afraid of that water though, but now we're chipping back towards the water, 40 yards, and we go over. Luckily this is a par 5, so we still have an opportunity to save par here, and we do just that. 180, par 3, 12th hole. This one's going to come up short and right. And a good chip to save par on the 12th. Still stuck at +4, but playing much better golf here on the back 9. Good drive there, leaving us 150 left. That one looked on plane a little bit. Let's see what happens here. We just are 1 yard left of getting that into the birdie zone. 175 point something towards the hole. That sounded thin. And it's very thin. Got caught up in the rough. Trying to find a 28 yard number and get a really nice rollout with that club. And it goes into the par. We're still at +4. We're going to a long par 4 here. I can see my shoulders turning way earlier than my lower half, and that's what caused that 7-degree left-hand turn there. Got to get it back in play now, and just trying everything I can to get it out of the rough and up close to the green. We're still going to have a good 30 yards left. And that's as good as you can do, a 30-yard chip to save par. Another long par 4 here, 440. That looked much more balanced and closed to the swing there with the driver, and we get a good result number wise. 180 left. And that sounded heavy and open. Another chip required here on the 16th to try and keep us at +4, and we go way over, moving us to +5. Another bogey on the card. 200-yard par 3, and this one looks good off the tee. And it's 6 inches from being a birdie, and we go to 18th. 540-yard par 5, trying to finish out on a high note here. We get a good drive, 144 ball with a 19-degree launch. That gets us up near 282 on the yardage, so we're trying to get close. 252 left. And it runs up just a little short and right. If we can chip this in, we'll get a birdie. And when I say in, I mean in the small circle next to the hole. We get a good run off of the fairway and drop it in for a +4. 1 birdie on the card, the back 9 even. Commonground in Colorado, one of the higher elevation courses you can play. Go ahead and check it out.